And if we ask the stars what they mean, what would they say back to us? Welcome. You want to go on a card journey today? Give me some of your time, and I'll give you some of your story. Well, let's see what the cards say.
Hey there, Sag. Welcome to Koi Plays Tarot. My name is Koi. I'm going to be your tarot card reader for today. What we're looking at right now is going to be your career read for the month of September. So the aspirations that we want to embark on, new ventures, new opportunities, new partnerships, things like that. Well, at least in terms of like the business aspect. As a preamble to my reads, take what resonates, leave what doesn't, but don't always be so willing to reverse, right? At times where the conversation gets uncomfortable, we have to ask ourselves where the discomfort is coming from, right? I, as your tarot card reader, would never purposely try to misguide any of the sign collectives, especially my fire, because as being a fire sign myself, I really like you guys a lot. So just understand if it becomes uncomfortable or there's some things we got to talk about and discuss, sit with the discomfort for a bit, because that's probably where a lot of the growth or a lot of the revelations can happen. So follow along as we do this card read today. We're going to do past, present, future, just try to detail what's going on. And yeah, let's see what the cards say. So those are cards that we need to see, please, for Sagittarius in their career read, month of September. What is it that you need Sag to see in their career read for the month of September? That was easy. Very smooth. Wonder what's coming out. Okay. King of Cups. Okay. Well, we're trying to apply emotional maturity and wherewithal around. The Fool, believing in new beginnings, and the King of Pentacles. Okay. So, in a new opportunity that was presented to us, how do we invest into it properly, right? Two kings, one of water, the other of earth. One, the water. How can I get myself emotionally prepared to take that journey if necessary? And two, what are the preparations that are to be made, the King of Pentacles, to make all the proper investments to make that go right? Here, the Fool coming out. Hey, I mean, if we're going to leap, we're going to leap all the way. I love my archers. That is such a positive spin on, a situation that you saw as a dilemma of a life changer in the past. Okay. Very simple opening, but it carries a lot of weight because we had to sit there of asking ourselves, what does this investment actually mean? What does the plan look like? Am I ready for it? Right? All those things. The Fool, take that leap when you can. Okay. Present orientation down the middle. Show the cards of the present for Sagittarius and their career read, please. What is held in the present orientation for Sag and their career read? Ace of Cups. Okay, so let's hold off on that for a second. Six of Wands. I'm liking this. And Ace of Wands. Okay, so dual element again. Here, water and fire. In your present, Sag, let's look at this. Ace of Cups. Whatever the investment was back here, hey, it was emotionally fulfilling. I think it was kind of worth it. Right? To say that what we invested properly, I feel good with what I have done. And the fire never burnt out. So saying that we planned out proper, we worked proper, now we're going to be proper. Six of Wands here. Oh, that's so reflective. Let me see if I can get it closer. The Six of Wands here. Okay, well, with all that being said, now I think others are starting to see that vision for you too. Right? You never felt better with a choice that you planned out. Here, in your present, calling a spade and seeing it for what it is, yeah. And if I put myself rightfully into it, I can get myself rightfully with it. That Six of Wands, maybe I did make the proper investment. I can debate of what could have gone wrong, coulda, woulda, shoulda. Hey, I'm here and I'm making it happen right here, right now. Future orientation. Six connection, the cards that we need to see, please, for Sag, future orientation in their career read. Oh, that's a break. Could just be bad shuffling, we never know. What are the cards we need to see, please, for Sag in their future orientation? In the future? Four of Pentacles. Okay. Why are we holding on to such investments? Page of Pentacles. Okay, that's a reduction, but I'll take it. Why? Nine of Wands. Okay. So, how do I say this? I don't want to say that you're having a retreating pattern, Sag. I think that's way too reductive, right? At Four of Pentacles, we're holding on to the investments that we made, and with the efforts that we go for, hey, at least I'm gonna toe dip, right? At least I'm gonna try. That Page of Pentacles popping out here shows, hey, I'm gonna give some type of effort to say that the investments that I have are worth it. The reason why I'm kind of, you can tell on my face, but also in my vocal expression right now, why I'm having some concern around that is because we started off so strong, right? We already proved to ourselves, hey, this is what the investment looks like. This is what we can do. Hey, we're happy in the present. Hey, all these things are going right. And now we're saying in the future, well, we don't know what our efforts can amount to, right? We're kind of downplaying our own efforts, but also in a way kind of blocking our own blessings, right? That's the easiest way I could say it. And I'm trying to be as nice as possible here, right? We did all this amazing work from past to present, and now we're trying to minimize it in the future because, what if it's too good to be true to hold on to? I don't know why this level of worry is coming out for you, but when we try to have such, a white knuckle grip upon the things that we claim that we can't control, it's just a signifier that we can't control them at all, right? And maybe it's not meant to be in our control, right? But to have that in your future orientation, hey, the efforts that we amount to, the efforts that we put in, what will they amount to? Well, what happens to the efforts that you put in that amounted to something already? I don't want you to underplay yourself and what you could do. Underneath it all, Eight of Wands, right? Eight of Wands. Here, represented by a bunch of fireworks about to explode. The Eight of Wands representing intentionality and directionality. Here's what I want. Here's what I intend. And that's where we got up to until about this part. I felt some of that energy like kind of floating off, but it still holds the same principality. How do we pursue what we claim that we want to the fullest of our capacity that will fulfill us in the process? Okay. Cards of connection. We're going to look at the in-between space. Real cards of connection for Sagittarius in their career read, month of September. Show us cards of connection for Sag in their career read. First, between past and present. Okay. Page of Cups. Okay. I'm trying to see some actual emotions beyond, thought patterns here. Hey, what is actually bringing us joy, right? What is our purpose behind this? What is the happiness behind this? And I think that was a driving motivator in the past that we kind of lost the plot with moving towards the future. But hey, we'll see what comes out. Ten of Pentacles. Okay, so what's next to that Ten of Pentacles? Lovers, card of Gemini. And so, what was the real driving force behind that, beyond whatever new opportunity got presented to a Sagittarius? It was the fact of, I'm choosing something that chooses me back. I'm remembering the happiness that this activity once brought me, and it's going to be the foundation for the rest of my life, right? There's so much that you felt was riding on that decision of being like, hey, am I ready to make that leap? Am I ready to jump? Well, I mean, we can only stay in the planning phase for so long. And it sparked such, passion within us to pursue it. Remember your happiness. Remember your happiness, because that's what pushed you from there to here, and from here trying to move whatever blockade you see out there, right? Remember the happiness. Next, between your present and future, and that is the area I'm definitely interested in seeing. Show us cards we need to see, please, for Sagittarius in their career reading. What lies between present and future orientation? Breaking. Why are we breaking? What are we nervous to look at? Between present and future orientation, Sag. Nine of Pentacles. Okay, so beyond, the happiness, the let's keep the good times rolling, beyond the vibes, making that tangible investment, what does that look like for the long haul, right? Now we're asking ourselves, beyond elation, what does that investment actually mean? How can I put that into action? Hierophant, card of Taurus. It means that I have to embrace this as my spiritual path or my journey that I'm going to dedicate myself to. How so? King of Wands. And so when I can say that, when I can map it out, when I'm ready to stop saying, okay, I'm here now, what do we do next? We do further mapping. We do further planning. We do, hey, I'm being called to this for a reason. If that's the reason that I'm having, I don't want you to lose sight of the happiness that you had from the past, right, Sag? But we also got to say, whatever we're going to do, we're going to do it right. What does right look like right now? Underneath it all, Ace of Swords, we're finding our truth. We are finding our truth. When push comes to shove, the reason why we're experiencing this right now is that, okay, we proved it to ourselves very clearly that we can do this. Cool. Happy for you. Absolutely happy for you. Now, what deeper truths do we have to unveil? Okay, beyond, because this wasn't a fluke, I'm going to tell you right now, whatever you got in the present, that wasn't a mistake. Let's clear that out the way right now. But regardless, it still comes back to the fact of, okay, am I forgetting my happiness, or am I making all the right moves that is kind of taking me from the space of impossibility to tangibility, right? That doesn't mean you had to shoot your dreams down. You don't have to bring your hopes down, but we do have to say, okay, what does this look like? And what do I look like embodying that? That's the bigger point right now. Okay. We only have we have two major arcana. Ooh. Show us the cards that we need to see, please. Define deeper the major arcana strewn across the table for Sag in their career read. First, we look to the Lovers. No, there was one more. There was one. The Fool. Okay. Ooh, I'm missing things right now. It's really hot. Show us the cards we need to see, please. Starting with this Fool. The naivety and bravado of a Sagittarius who believes in new beginnings. And maybe that's an energy that drives the arrow. To the Fool. Nine of Cups. To go towards what is emotionally fulfilling with intentionality and purpose. If I'm going to invest, we're going to invest all the way. No turning back. Okay? If we're having that as our past, hey, we made the right investment. Now what? Lovers, the card Gemini, Three of Pentacles. And what fulfills me in the dynamic is also the cooperation and collaboration I can have with others, right? I know this, whatever path has chosen me back is proper because I feel wanted here. I feel meaningful here. I feel with purpose here. The last, Hierophant, card of Taurus. Nine of Wands. Okay, and I think this is where it's measuring up because Nine of Wands came out here too. Now, this is the hard part, right? We said we wanted to embark on this journey. What does that entail, right? It doesn't mean that you made the wrong investment. It's just that other things are popping out right now that, you may not have immediately seen, that for the long term, okay, as we move forward, what does that mean and what does that look like? I have a Sagittarius right now who, beyond, I don't want to say it was a fluke, because again, it wasn't. Let's be abundantly clear about that. But beyond the joy of the current state of things, the long term, well, now it's starting to reveal itself more and more every day. What does that look like for you? What are you willing to invest into that? Crossing the Knight of Pentacles. Again, more cards of work and investment. How so? The Moon. There we go. Okay. There's some vulnerability. That's the stuff I like to see, because again, this is very, it got so wishy-washy at the end. I was trying to understand what's going on. The Moon, card of Pisces, we have to invest into what is the unknown, right? I think that's what's been bothering you the whole time is, we had such good energy from past to present. We remembered, okay, this is my purpose, this is what I'm doing. And then we're coming to a slower, I don't want to say it's a complete stop, because it's not, but we're having to invest into things that are new and things that we did not foresee. Is that bad? I don't think so. But that's how you define it, Sag. So if you always define it as this oppositional thing that we can't deal with, rather than a part of that journey that we can embrace, then it's always going to be seen as an obstacle or an oppositional force. Until we can say, hey, there are other parts of this journey that I may not have understood or foreseen, and I have to be willing to invest into that too, or at least deal with it in some capacity. Until we're able to say that, we're going to see it as, forced and unwanted labor. It's not going to be something that we find joy in. And again, if your purpose was back here to find joy in your pursuits, then understanding that doesn't mean that whatever you're encountering, right, with that moon, the things of the unknown, it doesn't mean that it's not there. It's just that, okay, both and. I can feel ecstatic about where we've gotten, and also understand that there's so much further to go. What is next? And how will I define that for me? Resolution. Real cards of resolution upon this read. What's held in the space of resolution for Sagittarius in their career read today? Yeah. Resolution. Queen of Swords. I know what I know for a fact. Yeah, my knowledge, my truth, my experience, it has culminated to this point. Don't ever forget or ever downplay your experience, Sag, because that's when we started to get into these regressive patterns. And again, we're trying to deal with that moon that came out earlier, saying, okay, investment, I'm in it for the long haul. What have I not seen? And what do I still need to learn? Both those things can be good. Judgment. Time is now. The second highest arcana, one of divine timing, intervention, but also the ultimate lesson to be learned. Okay, beyond good vibes, beyond good feelings, and proving to myself I can make it happen, how can I also be excited for the things that I don't know? And can that be a good thing? Your decision. Underneath it all, strength, the card of Leo. The power of character building, but also the pursuit and belief in one's own aptitude. Here, do I trust myself enough to say I can go to the next step? Or are we just saying, hey, well, we're here with no plan of actually how to move to that future? So that's what I'm seeing in your read today, Sag. I don't want to come off as flippant or any of that. Please don't regard it as such. I'm looking at Sagittarius who, again, made the right investments, are in a very good state right now, but are kind of becoming so nervous about the future because they have to invest into the unknown that it's driving them away from their purpose of, no, I'm happy here. What are my reasons for being here? Why am I seeing it as a total opposition and an obstacle rather than an experiential gain and a challenge that must be a part of where I'm going and what I'm doing? I think both those things can be true at once. It's for you to decide what is an obstacle versus what will eventually become a part of your being. So that's what I see in your read today, Sag. I hope this conversation was helpful. And yeah, don't forget what makes you happy. You got here, at least in the present, you got here because of that. Don't forget your happiness, because your happiness will also be the key to moving all your nervousness and all the feelings of the what ifs out the way in the future. That's what I see in your read. I hope this conversation helped. And yeah, take care, okay?